All right, we are back. What is going on, Pacer Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Bring the Juice Pacers. Guys, the Indiana Pacers extend their win streak to 2 games. They win back to back, this time against the Orlando Magic. The Pacers win by a score of 118 to 111 back at home. Pacers take care of business, and a big performance for the Pacers after obviously taking care of business against the Dallas Mavericks. The Pacers come back. They beat this Orlando team, and a game where the Pacers started out really hot. They started down the stretch in that second quarter, really struggled. Third quarter was pretty even for the Pacers, and in that fourth quarter, Indiana was able to pull away by outscoring Orlando by 5 points. So, with that being said, the Pacers able to take care of business. They get back to 500 with a 4-4 record. So let's dive right into it, guys. Some of the things for the Pacers tonight. When you look at the Pacers overall, Pacers able to shoot the ball fairly efficiently tonight, 54%, 46% from the three-point line. They were one thing they have struggled, and they were a lot better tonight, the free throws. The Pacers were 24 of 26, which is 92% on their free throws. The Pacers also won the turnover battle, 16-11. And they also were fairly even, although they were a little bit more out-assisted in this game by the Magic. They still had 21-26, and pretty even in terms of the rebounds. The Pacers 36 and Orlando had 38 in this game. So fairly even from all stretches here from the Indiana Pacers. But I think the biggest things that you saw was the Pacers from the three-point line and also the Pacers from the free throw. The Pacers were better in this game, and that ultimately was the difference for them in this game. And when you kind of look at some of these individual stats, I mean, it's another game where pretty much all the starters outside of Nembhard played very, very well shooting the basketball. I mean, Halliburton finished with 17 points. He shot 6 of 11, 3 of 5 from three-pointers. So, +6 for him. He was tied with Pascal Siakam with the starters for the best plus-minus percentage. So great to see Tyrese Halliburton, with his 17, 3, and 4, being able to do a little bit of everything for the Indiana Pacers, which is definitely a great thing there. And great to see him starting to get his mojo back a little bit for the Indiana Pacers. He was notoriously struggling. He struggled last year a little bit, got injured, was struggling a little bit. And he's starting to get back into form. He got back into form a little bit in that Dallas game, and it seems like he's kind of getting back his shot a little bit more, which is definitely a great thing, 100%. And he did have, that three-pointer to kind of seal it down the stretch for the Indiana Pacers, kind of to finalize that with around 30 seconds left to go. Kind of the dagger there to ultimately lead to the difference in this game and kind of put the game out of reach. He's had a couple moments already this season where he's had kind of some dagger moments. So great to see Halliburton really feeling himself tonight. Like I said, shot a lot better from the three-point line than he has, as of recent. So that's definitely great. In the last 2 games, he has definitely found his shot a lot more. So that's definitely great news. Talking about the leading scorer for the Pacers in this game was Benedict Mathurin. He finished with 20 points in 34 minutes. He had 11 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 of 7 shooting, 1 of 3 from the three-point line. He had 14 free throw attempts in this game. He made 13 of those in this game. His plus-minus was 1. So, I mean, Mathurin continues to be a high-scoring guy, a high-volume guy as well for Indiana. So that's definitely great to see, and it's great to see Mathurin being able to get to the line and get those easy points. So yeah, great game for Mathurin there. Pascal Siakam had 17. Like I said, him and Halliburton tied for the best plus minus of the starters. He had 17, 4, and 3, 6 of 13 shooting. Was not a great day from him when it came to shooting the three-pointers. He was 0 of 3 doing that. And then Miles Turner in this game, 17 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 6 of 17 shooting, 1 of 6 from the three-point line. So not a good day shooting the basketball for Miles Turner in any stretch of the imagination. And then the final guy, like I mentioned already, Andrew Nembhard, he finished with only 5 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 of 8 shooting, 1 of 2 from the three-point line with a +5 with the plus minus there. Now, moving on to some of the starters. Shout out to Jarace Walker. He finished in 23 minutes, the most minutes of any of the bench players. He finished with 17 points, 6 rebounds. He was 7 of 7 shooting. That includes 3 of 3 from the three-point line, and just so efficient from Jarace Walker. TJ McConnell, the same way, 15 points for him, 5 assists, 7 of 7 shooting from McConnell. So you had 2 players on your bench shoot perfect in this game, which is definitely humongous for the Indiana Pacers, and ultimately was that big difference for the Pacers in this game. And Jarace Walker with his career high. So that's definitely great to see the young kids starting to gain some of that confidence a little bit more. Great to see Jarace Walker. We all knew the potential was there with Jarace Walker, so it's great to see him given some extra minutes and really, playing very well. And hopefully that leads to more minutes for Jarace Walker moving forward. So great to see from him, being able to get some quality minutes there. Obi Toppin had 4 points, 1 assist, 2 of 3 shooting. Ben Shepherd had 6 points, 2 of 3 shooting. That is 2 of 3 from the three-point line. So overall, the bench shot very well. The bench really shot extraordinary, especially considering some of the starters did not shoot well tonight. The bench really picked up the slack for the Indiana Pacers, despite the fact that Orlando never really went away in this game until the end of it. The Pacers were able to take care of business. And again, guys, like we've talked about this before, like Indiana's had struggles this year being able to, handle some of these bad teams. Some of these teams with losing records. And Orlando came into this game, 3-5. And they weren't a great basketball team, but the Pacers have struggled, taking care of some of these bad teams. So yes, Indiana definitely had some moments where you're like, man, you got to figure that out. You got to get better in those ways. But when it mattered, the Pacers took care of business thanks to a strong first and fourth quarter from the Pacers, and also because of their bench unit definitely shooting the lights out tonight. So Indiana, great game from them. Now they're, like I mentioned, they're on a 2-game win streak. They currently sit at 4-4. They are number 3 right now in the East. Again, only 8 games in. But nonetheless, the Pacers take care of business there. That's definitely a great thing for them overall, and hopefully helps the confidence of some of these young guys to be like, we can be consistent. That's something that the Pacers have not necessarily been great at. It's the consistency piece. 1 week they'll take care of some really good teams. The next game they'll lose to a bad team. So, for a young team, building that confidence, I think is so important for this squad. And Indiana will have another chance moving forward on Friday against the Hornets in Charlotte. So we'll see if the Pacers can take care of business against them. But yeah, Pacers at 4-4, winners of 2 straight. We'll see if they can continue to build off of these 2 strong performances and move forward and continue to win basketball games. But guys, that'll do it for this one. Let me know your overall thoughts. Really curious what you guys think about the Pacers and their last 2 games in particular. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Guys, if you would help us out, we are so close to reaching that 1,000 subscriber mark. Our goal would be to be monetized this season. So if you guys would help us out in that department, we would greatly appreciate it. We're getting there when it comes to some of this stuff. And so every single comment, like, subscription, all that stuff matters to us. So if you guys would help us out, we would greatly appreciate that. But guys, that'll do it for this one. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, guys, go Pacers.